Welcome to Indoor Hydroponics. I'm John, your indoor hydroponic test dummy. Tomato bed, gone. Gazette tomatoes, something like 30 or 40 pounds of those things, man. This bed gave all it could. It was a first-year garden. Put a lot of composted manure and some other amendments in it. But other than that, didn't do anything. So it's time to kind of dress it up for the winter and put her to sleep, if you will. This whole idea of composting need not be a difficult process. This is a pile that I've been working on for the mid part of the summer up until now, and all it is it's leftover container soil, some of this straw, some grass clippings, some leaves, things of that nature, and I've been turning it every once in a while. And this takes, for me, because I'm in the back part of my yard and it's really shaded, this will take 8 to 10 months to break down real nice. So this is a pile that I've just been turning and monkeying with, and every once in a while. Doesn't get real hot. I don't follow any kind of recipes or anything like that. I just let nature take its course. Now this pile, on the other hand, is pine needles, grass clippings, and last fall's leaves. Okay, and this thing was a huge pile. It's broken down all summer long, and it's got this nice, rich, dark color to it. And this is a good compost right here. I did nothing more than turn it every once in a while, and this is about a good 10 months of composting here in Michigan. So I'm going to be scavenging from this pile here, letting the other pile break up, and I'm going to start putting this in my garden. I like this idea of lasagna type gardening. It's building up layers and layers of composted material, letting it break down, especially from the fall into the winter and then into the spring, because it gives it a good time to break up on the surface of the soil. It feeds the microbes and the worms and whatnot in there. So that's the route I'm going to go. I got a couple of bags of composted cow manure and organic material. I've got a couple of bucketfuls of this compost that really could be broken down from the pile a little bit longer. So that's why I'm going to put it in now, so that by the time the spring comes around, it's going to be good and broken up. In addition, I'm going to throw some lime in, just so that I've got some calcium in the soil for the spring. So let's get to work. Alright guys, I got a couple of bags of cow manure on here. I'm just going to let this sit there and break down over the winter. Let's top it with a little bit of lime. Not a lot. But again, this will break down over the winter as well, and I'll have a good amount of calcium in the soil for the spring, so that I can plant some tomatoes come next fall. Now the compost. And I'll just cover the bed with this. I'm not going to mess with any cover crops or any of that nature. That's essentially it, guys. Night-night garden bed. Thanks for the effort this year, buddy. Isn't that a beautiful thing, guys? Right there, a nice cleaned up bed for the fall. She is going to sleep nice. Again, just that cow manure, lime, and some compost. I'm not going to till it or anything like that. I'll probably turn it over in the spring just a little bit. I don't want to disturb what's going on in that bed. And then I'm going to go right in with the tomatoes next year. So night-night, baby. I'm going to do that with all my beds. Now let's go see what's left in the garden. So that's like a horrific looking plant now, isn't it? Check this out, man. The blight just got to these things and just horrible, man. It's a shame. But this is that German Johnson, and the tomatoes are just starting to ripen up in here. And I'm telling you, man, these things, that's a huge tomato. That thing's way over a pound. So big tomatoes on these, and they're just starting to ripen up. I don't know how they taste, but I'm going to give them a couple of more days. Hopefully the frost holds out. The plant is certainly dying back, but man, are there some big tomatoes in there. Those things are just monsters. Speaking of monsters, we still got some monster brandy wines kicking on right here. Look at that baby. That's over a pound. That's a big tomato right there. I got quite a few left. I'm going to do some more picking, but I have one monstrous tomato left. Let's take a look at it. This will be the last big one of the year, sad to say. These plants aren't really faring much better either. They've got the blight going on too, but there's still a lot of tomatoes on here. It's just ripening up, so let's go check this hog out. Yes, it's a hog. This one right here, this one's going to be pushing £1.5 to 2 pounds when it's said and done. You may not be able to see the size of it from this angle, but this is a big tomato, and yes, I'm standing straight up, so this thing is a good 6 feet in the air, really high up on the plant. Unusual to get them this high up, this big, but this baby, I'm looking forward to this one. It's blushing, part of it's red, but I'm gonna let it go for a little bit longer. Got a lot of tomatoes. Gorilla tomato trench, man, it worked out really well for the Brandywine tomatoes. I'm eating a bean. How you doing? McCaslin pole beans. This is that pole bean teepee here. This is like the last thing that's growing. A few tomato plants, a few beans. Other than that, all my gardens have been cleared out for the most part. Got some lettuce growing in pots, some rows of lettuce here. But other than that, everything's going night-night for the winter. Did I just say night-night? I said night-night. Yeah. Well, that's what it's doing. So I've got my seeds started for indoor hydroponics. 5 varieties of tomatoes this year that I'm going to be growing. 3 varieties of peppers. They're under the lights right now. I'm going to do primarily a peat-based hydroponics this year, so stay tuned. I'm looking forward to that. The grow room's ready to go. I just need to add some greenery to it, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, hope you guys are enjoying your end of summer into fall. Talk to you guys later. Bye.